Good day. I'm standing in front of a unique building in Malta. It's a bungalow. It's made of wood. And once upon a time, it was used to teach the Maltese how to build their new homes in Australia. Australia is home to the world's largest Maltese diaspora, with more than 234,000 people living in Australia today who are either Maltese or they have Maltese ancestry. The story of the Maltese in Australia began in the early 19th century, and it's thought that the first Maltese convict was sent over there in 1810. Later on, free settlers went to Australia in 1838. The peak of Maltese migration down under took place after World War II, particularly in the 1950s and 60s. And this was because people were going abroad looking for work. Oh, there you are. Now, a plan was hatched in the 1920s to help the Maltese settle in once they reached Australia. And you're looking at it. The Maltese were used to building their homes out of limestone, but at that time, rural houses in Australia were made of wood with a corrugated iron roof, and they were built on stilts. So, to make sure that Maltese emigrants could settle in once they reached their new lives in Australia, one of these bungalows was dismantled in Australia, shipped over to Malta so the locals here could practice on it before they headed off for their new lives down under. IKEA, eat your heart out. Once in Malta, the bungalow was reassembled in the Migrants Training Centre in Hamrun before finally, in modern times, it ended up here in the Ta'ali National Park, where it's currently being looked after by Dinlat Helwa, the National Trust of Malta. So, for any Maltese whose relatives once emigrated to Australia, particularly in the early 20th century, take a look at this place, because your relatives might have lived in a place like this. For more tales of the terrible and stories of the strange, follow Dark Malta Tours.